Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 5 English for Scholarly Presentation and Fluency. So, that unit from second poem, that is Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Today we are going to focus on that poem only, Daffodils by William Wordsworth. Actually, daffodils means yellow flowers. That flower is color in yellow. So daffodils, here the poem Daffodils, also known by the title I Wanted Lonely as a Cloud, is a lyrical poem written by William Wordsworth in 1804. That poem was written in 1804. So William Wordsworth is a well-known romantic poet who believed in conveying simple and creative expressions through his poems. He once said, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotions recollected in tranquility. William Wordsworth wrote Daffodils on a stormy day in spring, while walking along with his sister Dorothy Wordsworth near Ullswater's Lake in England. He imagined that the daffodils were dancing and invoking him to join and enjoy the breezy nature of the fields. So today we are going to see that nature of the daffodils, how it is given in this stanza. So first line, I wanted, the first sentence I am reading now, I wanted lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So, in the first stanza, the speaker describes a time when he meandered over the valleys and hills, lonely as a cloud. Finally, he came across a crowd of daffodils stretching out over almost everything he could see, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. That flower is fluttering and dancing in the breeze. He used to see that dancing. Next stanza, we move into the next stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So, in the second stanza, the speaker comes to tell what is that. So, the speaker goes into more detail about the daffodils. They reminded him of the Milky Way because there was no so many flowers packed together that they seemed to be never ending. The speaker guesses that there were 10,000 daffodils which were tossing their heads in sprightly dance. That is given in the second stanza. So next we move to the third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay. In such a jocund company, I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me hath brought. So, in the third stanza, the poet, that means the speaker, compares the waves of the lake to the waves of daffodils. He compares the waves of the lake to the waves of the daffodils flowers. The flowers was dancing, that dancing in a breeze. That thing, the wave of the lake, it is comparing to. So, and he decides that even though the lake is sparkling, the daffodils win because they have more glee. He then comments that he, like any other poet, could not help but be happy in such a jocund company. He looked at the scene for a long time, but while he was there, he was unable to understand what he had gained from the experience. So it is given in the third stanza. So next we move to the fourth stanza. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart will pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So in the fourth stanza, final stanza, what he comes to tell us, see, The poet describes what he gained from the experience afterwards when he was lonely or feeling pensive. He could remember the daffodils, seeing them with his inward eye and be content. It is given in the fourth stanza, actually. So I give the analysis for you. So, see, I want it as lonely as a cloud takes place in the Lake District of Northern England. The area is famous for its hundreds of lakes, gorgeous expanses of springtime daffodils, and for being home to the Lakeland poets. William Wordsworth, Samuel Coleridge, and Robert Southey, they are called Lakeland poets. So this poem, obviously inspired by Wordsworth's stomping grounds, is well loved because of its simple yet beautiful rhythm. And rhymes, rhythms and rhymes, and its rather sentimental topic. The poem consists of 4 6-line stanzas, each of the which follow an ABABCC rhyme scheme and are written in iambic tetrameter, giving the poem a subtle back and forth motion that recalls swaying daffodils. By comparing himself to a cloud in the first line of the poem, the speaker signifies his close identifications with the nature that surrounds him. He also demonstrates this connection by personifying the daffodils several times, even calling them a crowd as if they are group of people. Okay, then the idea of the remembering of the beauty of the nature, even when not in its presence, appears in several of Wordsworth's later poems, including Tintin Abbey, or Intimations of Immortality, and the Solitary Reaper. Some are his poems. I have told you, and even though the speaker is unable to appreciate the memory he's creating as he stands in the field, he later realizes the worth that it takes on the sad and lonely moments. So, actually, the title Daffodils, in the card as a theme of the poem, is directly linked with the poet's personal experience with the field of daffodils. The poet is reflecting a memory and describes in the poem. Actually, the theme of the poem is the nature, but there are few spin-off themes like happiness, memories, and past pastoral experience. The structure is given here. I have already told you that the poetic techniques are used: hyperbole, personification, imagery, etc. And simile and assonance are given here. Daffodils translations I have given you, and you can see this every explanation here. Next to the last one, it is stone. At the beginning of the poem, the mood of the poet portrayed in the poem was loneliness and sadness. He did this by comparing himself to the single cloud isolated from the rest. So that is called